Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Mummy Dear. Today we're going to change gears and talk about the 3 life-changing habits I developed since becoming a mother. Whatever stage you might be at, I hope my journey will inspire yours for the better. So like any good chat, I invite you to grab your favorite drink, cozy up in your favorite corner, and let's chat. Before we jump right into it, I also want to mention that for all the habits I'll be talking about today, I will include a real effect that is measurable that this habit had on my life so that you can really share with me how I've benefited from this good habit. And second of all, I will be giving you a tip such that if you were inspired to maybe try some of these habits, to not take it too far like I did. Habit number 1 that I developed is to become a continuous learner through reading, and to be specific, it is listening to audiobooks in my case. So I really developed this habit by accident because Arden was a very light sleeper when she was an infant, and I often found myself carrying her in my arms hours on end, just feeling kind of trapped in that situation. But very quickly, I realized that I still had my ears I could entertain. So a game changer was when I bought AirPods and signed up for Audible. Now, wireless earphones are definitely the way to go because you can't have wires kind of wrapping around the baby and getting in the way of your work. But as soon as I realized that I could really listen to any topic I like, any novel that I liked, that made it so much more bearable and in fact exciting for me to kind of have those pockets of time to really expand my knowledge. When we are in school, we learn and read because we have to earn our degrees, and to be honest, most of the time the topics that we learn about aren't really the ones that actually interest us the most. But here I found myself, the world at my fingertips. I really could just pick anything to learn and go in as much depth as I wished. And it was just an exhilarating experience. So much so that even after those early months, I kept up with this habit, and the true effect it had on my life was when I looked back at the year or so that I had started this habit. I have read more than 30 books, and I've read novels to inspire my imagination, biographies to expand my life view, and tips and advices to maybe increase my productivity, and much, much more. A tip that I would give if you were interested in trying this is to pick the right times to do this. So I would advise maybe picking times where you're doing some mindless chores, because you really need your mind to be processing the content for it to be meaningful to you. And definitely try not to kind of multitask and listen while you're doing some serious work, and definitely don't listen when you're spending time with loved ones, because that would make them feel like they're second in priority. The second life-changing habit that I developed was to live simply. Others may call it low-buy. When you have a kid, it really pushes you to reassess your priorities in life. Whereas I used to spend a lot on shopping for myself, my husband, and the house, I found myself shopping more for Arden, and it was really the things that she needed because she was growing quickly and I needed to accommodate for those changes. But what was interesting in the process was that I found I wasn't any less happy just because I stopped shopping regularly for myself. In fact, I really didn't need anything more than what I had. And that goes back to tying in with what I learned from the audiobooks on finance, that we really shouldn't buy too much of things that don't put money back into our pocket. So we call these things liabilities because they really hold you back in your financial goals. The true effect this had on my life was I looked back at the bank statements and I realized I'm actually only spending a quarter of what I used to spend in a month. And that is truly alarming, but liberating, because I know that whatever financial goal I have, I'm 4 times quicker to reaching that for me and my family. Now, the tip I would give so that you don't go too far with this is to know that living simply does not mean you have to strip yourself of enjoyment. It is really to take back control, to choose to consume only things that truly build you up, and not to let mindless shopping and excess possessions burden you down. The third life-changing habit I developed is to be intentional with my effort and time. After having my own daughter, I was really called to be the best version of myself because I really want to model for her to be brave and honest about her dreams. I took the time to reflect on my deep-seated values and purpose, and I committed time to really living that out. It means I spend time to plan out my week and my day. I go with the rule of 3, which is to just list 3 things that I want to accomplish in that week or the day that would really help me to accomplish my purpose, my mission. As long as I've got those few items done, then everything else is flexible because that's really all that matters, that I'm living out my purpose. But unless I have those items done, I really won't waste time elsewhere because I know I will likely have regrets. The true effect this had on my life is what you're seeing now. So I've started my own YouTube channel so that I can walk this journey with others who are living, struggling, enjoying the life that is so graciously given to us by our Father God. I hope to be of inspiration and support to anyone who needs it and would benefit from it. So the tip I would give is to know that being intentional does not necessarily mean you have to be productive in creating a project of some sort. If your intention is to spend time with loved ones, then hanging out for an afternoon and evening with them would mean that you have really lived your purpose to its fullest for that day. I now truly believe that having kids doesn't mean you have to put an end to your own dreams. In fact, with the right mindset and habits, you can really be starting an even more exciting and meaningful chapter in your life. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like to see more of this type of video in the future, please don't forget to like this video and consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss the next video. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.